to today's video. I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video, and today's video is going to be Where Are the Missing Children of North America? Episode 6, Part 2. What? My brain don't work. So let me repeat that for you. Let me repeat that for you. Today's episode is going to be an episode of Where Are the Missing Children of North America? Episode 6, Part 2. Yes, so I'm going to make this short and simple. Not too short, but not too simple. But, a decent length because the first part was 15 minutes. So that's more than half the episode. So check this out. Before I get into the topic, and what I'm about to talk about right now is actually relating to the topic of today's video, is that they say, like, the news reporters and stuff like that, they saying that by November 2025, this year, just in case you forgot the year, it's supposed to be some type of alien mothership that's coming towards Earth, and they say it's damn near like over 120 something miles long or something like that. Now, a lot of people saying they think it's this, think it's that. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's the return of Jesus Christ. Yes, Jesus Christ is returning. How do I know this? Because in the Bible, it tells you that Jesus Christ will return, the signs will be in the sky, right? And you will see chariots. Chariots are UFOs or UAPs, unidentified, no, not unidentified, what is it called? Yeah, unidentified alien phenomenon, UAP. They keep switching the name up. It was UFO for a long time, but then they switched it up to UAP, and then they switched it up to something else recently. But UAP is kind of more of a modern term. This is unidentified alien phenomenon. So yeah, that's what that is. So be prepared for that. A lot of people was getting scared and shit because they know this is the end. This is the return of Jesus Christ. And when Jesus Christ returns, a lot of shit gonna happen. A lot of death gonna happen and stuff like that. The world not gonna necessarily end, but people who are already saved and believe in Jesus and stuff like that, you're not gonna die. You're gonna have everlasting life here on earth because the earth will be restored back to its original order. That's what all that stuff means. See, Jesus spoke in parables. So he make you think, oh, the world gonna end, but really, the world is gonna end. Technically, it's not gonna blow up, but we're still gonna be here on earth. And the people who has the anointing of Jesus Christ and God on them will not be touched. The hair won't even be touched on your head. You're gonna be seeing death and chaos going all around you, just like now, but it's gonna be worse. Just like now, has chaos and all this death going around, and you still wondering, like, how am I still standing? Why am I not sick? How come I didn't get shot? This and that. Not saying you want any of that, because you don't. But it's because you have the anointing of Jesus Christ on you, at least for now. But things can change. There's so many people selling their souls every day. So many people going satanic every day. So many people just trying to kick people while they down. And note that, because when you try to kick somebody when they're down, only thing you're doing is kicking yourself while you're down, because all you're doing is getting further and further away from Jesus, because Jesus don't do that. Jesus don't kick people while they're down. He lift people up. Instead of giving them a hand out, he give them a hand up. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's just my touch on that. But yes, November 2025, so be prepared. Also, shit kind of going slow today, when it come to the surveys and shit like that. Because on the weekends, on Sundays and shit, I don't know what it is. It's just going super slow. Like, I haven't made no money on surveys today. It's insane. Like, don't get me wrong, I got a couple dollars, you feel me? Enough to give me some snacks and shit like that, which I'm not tripping. I'm happy I still could be able to eat. But it's not enough for me to do what I like to do. Every day I need to get my essentials, you know what I'm saying? Get my food and all that type of shit, get my socks, underwear and all that shit. And, if I got extra, get my little weed or whatever. But not today, because shit going super slow. But at least I'll be prepared for tomorrow, though, because the surveys, like, I'm on 5 surveys, and I literally got 1.5 surveys to do before I cash out 5. And then on my other account, I got 2 more surveys left before I at the $5. So tomorrow morning, because when they jump back on Monday, like the weekday, that shit just clockwork. It's just busting. You know what I mean? So I'll be able to, that'll be $10 cashed out quickly. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not really mad about that, though. You know what I mean? And I'm working on some other surveys and shit right now on this other survey app. It's called EarnStar. You can check it out. Shit going slow on that too, but I'm making a little bit more progress. But anyway, as I digress, so today's episode, I want to talk about space travel. And like I was saying, I was just talking about the UFOs and all that, which is in space travel. So what's taking place right now and what people don't want you to know and why people want everybody to be dumbed down. They want you to be stupid. Same thing as dumbed down. They want you to be dumbed down. They want you to be stupid. They want you to be unaware. They want you to act like a nigga. And if you're not a black person, they want you to act like a cracker. You see what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, space travel, space travel, space travel, space travel. That's where we're headed to next. Space travel. That's where we headed to next. I know a lot of people are gonna say, "What you talking about? We already doing space travel." Yes, but that's like maybe like stage two, maybe like stage two, because this is, and I hate to keep bringing this up, but the Nazis knew this back in the day. They figured it out. They like, if we could do certain shit on Earth, then that means we can do it on the moon. And if we could do certain shit on the moon, like get an astronaut or the first man, Neil Armstrong, to land on the moon, then we probably can be able to cohabit or inhabit other planets. That's the way they was thinking. Now, if you pay attention to what's going on, right? Neil Armstrong landed on the moon. We got rockets to get into outer space, satellites, and all that type of shit. And the reason why AI is taking over Earth is because life on Earth is going to start to be scarce and limited, because what what like geniuses and like sophisticated people here on Earth, what they're trying to do is they want us to, our next human evolution will be outer space. You see what I'm saying? Because our ancestors, the Anunnaki, whatever you want to call them, they left signs and symbols all around. They left them here on Earth. And if you know who Billy Carson is, an astrophysicist from Queens, New York, shout out Forbidden Knowledge. If you know who Billy Carson is, Billy Carson talked about this before, where they actually got, you can see pyramids on Mars, faces and stuff like that on Mars and all that type of stuff, because our ancestors was there as well. They left a blueprint, so they showing us, once we start to figure shit out here on Earth, get to the moon, the next destination is Mars. You see what I'm saying? And what's going to happen with Mars is they're going to put AI over there first, probably, you know, to kind of test it out, because ain't no human going to really be over there like, okay, let's send a rocket ship of 30 people to Mars and y'all going to start building shit over there. It's not going to work like that, because you still got shit you got to work on, uh, like oxygen tanks, certain type of astronaut outfits, of what the atmosphere, of what your clothes can take in that atmosphere, stuff like that. They need to make stuff or make clothing that will work perfectly well in that environment. So once we do go to Mars, it's not like you're just gonna die on Mars. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. But the thing is, right? This is what everything is going, because if you see it, everybody wants you to be looking at all this other shit. Elon Musk even told you, SpaceX, SpaceX, SpaceX. You see what I'm saying? SpaceX is the next big thing, because that's where we're headed to. And it's not just Mars. Like I said, with the technology and stuff that we have, and the technology they had back in the day with the Nazis and stuff, creating the V2 rocket and all that type of stuff, because that's the reason why we got NASA here in America, because America brought Nazi scientists over here to help build our program. Even though they were still prisoners of war, that was the whole thing. They had to build our space program and stuff like that. So, and why would we need a space program? Just like why would we need a space force? Because that's where human life is headed next. We're going to outer space. We're going to start building shit in outer space, starting with Mars. They're going to build up Mars. You're going to have hemp houses on Mars. You're going to have houses that's in the shape of a honeycomb, but it's going to be made out of hemp. All type of shit that's going to be on Mars. You're going to have AI on Mars. And the AI on Mars is going to be able to connect to the AI here on Earth. So you're going to be able to communicate from people from Mars to people on Earth. Watch, this is what we headed to next. Mark my words. You can say whatever you want to say, tinfoil hat, crazy. No, pay attention to what's going on. That's why everybody wants you looking at your phone. Everybody wants you depressed, sad, angry, mad at life. They don't want you looking up, because in the Bible it tells you at the end days, look up, because the signs will be in the sky. And that's where we headed to. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. Fuck Satan. Fuck all this men. Gang. Don't get stepped on for Jesus Christ, bitch.